latte, milk, leche. No, not leche. What's the English word for...
Everything okay, Leo? You look like you're trying to solve a complex math problem just to order a coffee. Is the menu in a foreign language?
It is a complex math problem, Ava. I just wanted to ask for a latte with oat milk, but my brain went on vacation to Spanish land, then tried to translate it back, and now I'm just stuck. I can understand English perfectly, but when I need to speak it, my brain just hits a wall. It's like there's a translator living in my head, and he's incredibly slow.
The classic translation trap. It's incredibly common, Leo, and it's exactly what we're going to tackle today. You're definitely not alone in this. Millions of English learners around the world face this exact same challenge.
It feels like I am. I hear native speakers, and they just think in English. How do they do that? Is it some kind of magic, or were they just born with it?
No magic, just habits. And that's what this video is all about. Simple habits to stop translating in your head and start thinking in English instantly. By the end of this, you'll have practical, brain rewiring tools to make that mental switch. No more awkward pauses, no more brain freezes, just smooth, natural English flowing directly from your thoughts. Imagine the freedom.
Instantly? That sounds too good to be true. Like a dream.
Not instantly as in poof, but instantly as in you'll start seeing tangible results from the very first day you apply these habits consistently. It's about actively rewiring your brain's language pathways, not just passively memorizing words. It's about building a direct connection. Ready to dive in and unlock your English brain?
Absolutely. My brain is more than ready for a rewire. Let's do this.
So, Leo, the first crucial step is to truly understand what's actually happening when you translate. Your brain, in that moment, is doing an incredible amount of extra, unnecessary work. It's taking an English thought or concept, converting it to your native language for processing, forming a response in that native language, and then converting that response back to English before you can even speak it. It's like sending your thoughts on a ridiculously long round-trip flight to another country before they can even leave your mouth. It's inefficient and exhausting.
That's exactly what it feels like. A very slow, delayed flight with a lot of turbulence.
Right. And the key to stopping this mental marathon is to activate what I call the mental switch. This isn't about forgetting your native language. It's about creating a direct, seamless connection between the English word and the concept it represents, completely bypassing that native language detour. We want English to be the first language your brain goes to for certain tasks.
But how? My brain just automatically goes to Spanish. It's been doing it my whole life.
It's a deeply ingrained habit, Leo. And like any habit, it can absolutely be changed and rewired. Think of it like learning to drive a car for the very first time. At first, you consciously think about every single step. Clutch, gear, accelerator, mirror, signal. It feels awkward and slow. But after a while, with consistent practice, it becomes completely automatic. You don't even think about it anymore. Thinking in English is the exact same process. We need to make it automatic, instinctive.
So, no more Spanish detours for my thoughts? Just direct English highways?
Exactly. We're building new, stronger neural pathways specifically for English. And the first step is to actively immerse yourself, even if you're not physically in an English-speaking country. We're going to create your own personal English bubble, right where you are. Let's start with a quick dialogue to illustrate this in action. Imagine we're planning a dream trip together. Where would you absolutely love to go, Leo? Don't think, just feel.
A trip. I'd love to go to La Playa. I mean, the beach. Yes, the beach. I want to relax by the ocean, feel the sand between my toes. Maybe a tropical beach.
Perfect! The beach is a fantastic choice. What kind of activities do you envision yourself doing there? Are you thinking of swimming in the clear water, sunbathing under the warm sun, perhaps even trying some surfing? Give me details.
Definitely swimming. And sunbathing. Yes, with a good book. I also want to try Bucear. Oh, diving! Yes, diving. I want to try diving and see all the colorful fish and coral reefs. That would be amazing.
Excellent. Diving is absolutely fantastic. And what about the food, Leo? Are you looking forward to fresh seafood every day, or do you prefer something else? Perhaps some local cuisine?
Seafood, absolutely. I love shrimp and calamaris, squid. Fresh grilled squid would be incredible, and maybe some fresh fruit smoothies. Okay, a restaurant. My favorite dish is paella. It's a Spanish dish, very famous. It has rice and mariscos, seafood, like shrimp and mussels, sometimes chicken too. It's very flavorful and colorful, a real feast for the eyes and the stomach. You have to try it.
Excellent description, Leo. You're painting such a vivid picture with your words, and you're doing it directly in English without getting stuck. This is the mental switch in action. The more you practice describing things directly, the less your brain will feel the need to go through that laborious translation step. It's about building fluency through direct association, creating those strong, immediate links.
So it's like building a new mental muscle, one that only speaks English?
Exactly. And like any muscle, it gets stronger with consistent exercise. Every single time you consciously choose to think or speak in English, even if it's just a single word or a short phrase, you're actively strengthening that muscle. It's a powerful, transformative shift in how you approach the language. Now, let's talk about the very first habit that will help you do this consistently, starting today. All right, Leo, let's dive into the first habit. It's called environmental labeling. It's incredibly simple, but profoundly powerful. The core idea is to actively label objects around you in English, either out loud or silently in your head, as you encounter them throughout your day.
So if I see a mesa, I say table? Just like that?
Exactly. But don't just stop at the noun. That's the beginner level. To truly make it stick, add adjectives, verbs, and even short descriptive sentences. For example, if you see a table, you can think, this is a wooden table. It's brown. I'm sitting at the table. I'm writing on the table. You're building a mini narrative around each object.
Oh, I see. So it's not just translating a single word, it's building a mini sentence or a thought around the object. And that makes so much more sense.
Precisely. You're actively forcing your brain to associate the English word directly with the object and its actions, completely bypassing your native language. Start with things you see every single day. Your phone, your coffee cup, your computer, the window, your shoes. Make it a game.
So when I wake up, I can look at my comma and think, this is my bed. I sleep in my bed. My bed is comfortable. I love my soft pillow. This feels more natural.
Perfect. And the more consistently you do it, the more automatic it becomes. It's like building a mental dictionary where every entry is directly linked to the real world, to your experiences, not to a translation in your head. It's about creating direct neural pathways.
What if I don't know the word for something? What then?
That's where the challenge comes in, and it's a crucial part of the learning process. If you don't know it, look it up immediately. Use your phone, a dictionary, or even ask a friend. Then make a conscious effort to label that object every single time you see it for the rest of the day. Repetition is absolutely key here. You're actively filling those vocabulary gaps.
Okay, I think I can do this. It sounds like a game, a treasure hunt for words.
It is a game. And to make it even more effective and fun, let's do a quick role play. Imagine we're in a brand new room and you have to label everything you see. I'll be here to help you if you get stuck, but try your best to think only in English. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready. What's the room? Where are we?
Let's say we're in a kitchen, a busy, modern kitchen, full of interesting gadgets. What do you see first, Leo? Describe it.
I see a nevera, a refrigerator. It's a big silver refrigerator. It's cold inside, and it keeps our food fresh. Oh, and it has magnets on the door.
Excellent! Fantastic detail with the magnets. What else catches your eye?
There's a estufa, a stove, a gas stove with 4 burners. And next to it, a horno, an oven. I can bake delicious cookies in the oven, or maybe a pizza.
Fantastic, Leo. You're doing great. Keep going. Don't forget the smaller things.
And a fregadero, a sink. The sink is made of stainless steel. Oh no, it's full of dirty dishes. I need to wash them later.
Very good. You're not just naming them, you're adding context, actions, and even future plans. That's the true power of environmental labeling. It turns passive vocabulary into active, usable English. This habit alone can significantly reduce your reliance on translation. Let's try a few more examples to really solidify this habit. What about when you're getting ready in the morning? What do you see in your bathroom, Leo? Describe your routine.
Okay, bathroom. I see a espejo, a mirror. I look in the mirror and I see my sleepy face. And a cepillo de dientes, a toothbrush. I brush my teeth with the toothbrush every morning and night. It's blue.
Excellent. And what about your clothes when you're choosing what to wear for the day?
I open my armario, my closet. I see my camisa, my shirt, and my pantalones, my pants. I choose a blue shirt and black pants. I put on my shirt and pants, then my socks and shoes.
Fantastic, Leo! You're really getting into it. This is exactly how you build those direct connections. Think about how many objects you interact with every single day. Each one is a golden opportunity to practice. From your toothbrush in the morning to your pillow at night, every single object can become a mini English lesson, a chance to strengthen your English brain. It's about creating a constant, gentle immersion.
So I should be constantly talking to myself about everything around me, even when I'm walking outside, like a running commentary?
In your head, yes, or quietly to yourself if you're alone. The key is to make it a conscious effort at first, and then it will become second nature. It's about building a habit of thinking in English, rather than defaulting to your native language. This is a foundational step. You're literally building the English part of your brain stronger, creating those direct pathways. Imagine walking through a park. What would you label there? What do you see, hear, and feel?
A park. I see árboles. Trees. Tall trees with green leaves swaying in the wind. And flores. Flowers. Beautiful, colorful flowers blooming everywhere. People are caminando, walking, enjoying the sunshine, and children are jugando, playing, laughing loudly. I hear birds singing. This is actually quite fun. It makes me notice more.
It is. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the more natural it feels. You're actively engaging with your environment in English, making the language a living, breathing part of your world. This simple habit alone can significantly reduce your reliance on translation over time. It's a powerful, immersive technique.
I can already feel my brain trying to make the switch. It's hard, but it's fun. It's like a mental workout, but for my English brain.
That's the spirit. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Now, let's move on to our second habit, which builds on this idea of active engagement and takes it a step further into your internal world. This next habit is all about what you say to yourself and how you can use that to supercharge your English fluency. Our second habit is called the self-talk method. This is about narrating your day, your thoughts, your plans, and your feelings to yourself in English. It's like having a constant English conversation with the most important person in your life, you.
So instead of thinking, what should I eat for dinner in Spanish, I think it in English?
Exactly. And don't just think it. Try to vocalize it, even if it's just a whisper. I'm feeling a bit hungry. What should I make for dinner tonight? Maybe pasta? Or a salad? I have some chicken in the fridge. You're practicing forming full sentences, making decisions, and expressing emotions, all in English. This sounds a bit crazy. Talking to myself? It might feel strange at first, but it's incredibly effective. Think about it. You're always thinking. Why not make those thoughts productive English practice? You're creating a safe space for mistakes because no one else is listening. It builds confidence and fluency naturally.
So if I'm walking down the street, I can narrate what I see? I'm walking to the park. The sun is shining. There are many people here. A dog is chasing a ball.
Precisely. And you can expand on it. The dog looks very happy. I wish I had a dog. Maybe I'll get one next year. You're engaging with the language on a deeper, more personal level. This is where your personality starts to shine through in English.
What if I get stuck on a word or a phrase during my self-talk?
That's a learning opportunity. If you're thinking, I need to buy some detergente for my clothes, then you immediately look up detergent. The next time you do your self-talk about laundry, you'll have that word ready. The key is consistency. Do it for just 5 to 10 minutes a day, and you'll be amazed at the progress.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. It makes sense. It's like a private English lesson happening all the time.
Exactly. And to help you get started, we're going to do a shadowing exercise. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and try to repeat exactly what they say with the same rhythm, intonation, and speed. It's fantastic for improving pronunciation and natural flow. I'll say some common self-talk phrases and you repeat them after me. I need to remember to send that email.
I need to remember to send that email.
What should I wear today?
What should I wear today?
I'm feeling a bit tired. I should take a break.
I'm feeling a bit tired. I should take a break.
This coffee tastes delicious.
This coffee tastes delicious.
I wonder what's happening in the news today.
I wonder what's happening in the news today.
My phone battery is low. I should charge it.
My phone battery is low. I should charge it.
I'm looking forward to the weekend.
I'm looking forward to the weekend.
That was a productive meeting.
That was a productive meeting.
I should plan my grocery list.
I should plan my grocery list.
It's a beautiful day outside.
It's a beautiful day outside.
Fantastic, Leo. You're really getting the hang of it. That's the self-talk method combined with shadowing. It's a powerful duo for building fluency. Now, for our third habit, which will help you expand your vocabulary in a very practical way. Our final habit, Leo, is called sentence mining. This is where you actively extract useful sentences from English content you consume, whether it's a podcast, a YouTube video, a book, or even a conversation you overhear. Instead of just learning individual words, you're learning them in context as complete thoughts.
So, if I hear a cool phrase in a movie, I write it down?
Exactly. But don't just write it down. Analyze it. Why is it used? What's the situation? And then, most importantly, adapt it to your own life. Change the subject, change the verb, make it personal. This is how you make the language truly yours.
Can you give me an example?
Of course. Let's say you hear someone say, "I'm swamped with work this week." Instead of just memorizing swamped, you can think, okay, swamped means very busy. When can I use this? Maybe I can say, "I was swamped with errands yesterday," or "My friend is swamped with studying for exams." You're actively creating new sentences based on a model.
That's smart. It's like getting a template and filling in my own details.
Precisely. This habit helps you build a library of natural, ready-to-use English phrases. It moves you away from translating word for word and towards thinking in chunks of English. That's how native speakers communicate, in phrases and expressions, not just single words.
So I should have a notebook or a digital document where I collect these sentences?
Absolutely. Make it your personal English treasure chest. Review it regularly. Try to use a few of your mind sentences in your self-talk or in real conversations every day. The more you use them, the more they become part of your active vocabulary.
This sounds like it could really help me sound more natural. Sometimes I feel like my sentences are too robotic.
That's because you're building them from scratch, word by word. Sentence mining gives you pre-built, natural-sounding structures. It's a shortcut to fluency.
So we have environmental labeling, self-talk, and sentence mining. 3 habits.
Exactly. And now I want to take those 3 habits and make them much more practical.
I'm ready.
Good, because we're about to do something important. We're going to catch the translation before it takes over. Okay, Leo, we've talked about building English directly through your environment, your self-talk, and useful sentences. But there's one tiny moment we haven't talked about yet. The moment when you realize, oh no, I'm translating again.
That happens approximately every 30 seconds?
Maybe not every 30 seconds, but yes, it happens a lot. And here's the trick. You don't need to stop translating forever. You just need to catch yourself a little earlier.
So I'm supposed to become the translation police?
Exactly. Welcome to the translation police. Your first rule is simple. Notice it, stop it, switch.
Notice it, stop it, switch.
Right. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you do this morning?" Your brain starts in your native language. You think about the answer, translate it, and then try to produce English.
Which is when I say,
Yes, the famous But instead, catch that moment and switch to something simple.
Like what?
Start with the easiest English sentence you can produce. I woke up at 7. Then add one piece at a time.
I woke up at 7. I made coffee. I checked my phone. I was really tired.
Exactly. Notice what just happened. You didn't wait for the perfect sentence to appear. You started with something small, and then your brain had somewhere to go.
So the goal isn't to think of the perfect English sentence immediately.
Exactly. The goal is to keep the English moving.
I like that. Keep the English moving.
And here's your challenge. The next time you catch yourself translating, don't get frustrated. Just say silently, switch. Then create the simplest English thought you can.
Switch.
Switch.
Okay, I'm officially watching my brain now.
Good. And remember, noticing the problem is already progress. You can't change a habit you never notice.
Ava, I think I know another problem I have.
Oh? What is it?
I try to make every sentence perfect before I say it.
Ah, there it is.
There it is? Sounds like you've been waiting for me to admit that.
I have, because this is one of the biggest reasons learners freeze. They don't just want to speak English, they want to speak perfect English.
Guilty.
Let's test something. Leo, tell me what you did yesterday.
Yesterday I went... Well, actually, before that
Stop.
What?
You're trying to build the entire sentence in your head before letting the first word out.
Oh.
Try again, but this time, you're not allowed to prepare the whole sentence.
Okay. Yesterday, I went to the supermarket.
Good.
I needed some food.
Good.
But I forgot my shopping list.
Excellent.
So I bought things I didn't need.
And there it is. Natural English doesn't have to arrive as one giant, perfectly designed sentence.
So I can build it while I'm speaking?
Exactly. Think of your sentence like a staircase. You don't need to see the entire staircase before you take the first step.
That actually makes sense.
Let's do another one. You're telling me about your weekend. Start with one simple thought.
My weekend was busy.
Add something.
I had a lot of things to do.
Add another.
On Saturday, I cleaned my room.
And another.
Then I met a friend for coffee.
Perfect. See what happened? You weren't translating an entire paragraph. You were simply thinking one idea, then another idea, then another.
So fluency is partly learning to trust the next sentence?
Exactly. You don't need to know the next 5 sentences. You only need the next one.
That's actually comforting.
Good. Because if you're always waiting until your English is perfect, you'll spend more time preparing to speak than actually speaking.
Ouch.
I know.
So from now on, simple sentence first, details later.
Yes, simple first, natural second, perfect much later.
I think I can remember that.
Good. And now we're going to make this even more interesting. Leo, we're going to play a little game.
I like games.
Perfect. I'll give you a very simple thought. Your job is to expand it without translating.
Okay, let's go.
First thought. I'm hungry.
Easy. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since breakfast.
Great! Add another thought.
I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since breakfast. I think I'll make something quick.
Excellent. Now make it more personal.
Maybe I'll make some noodles because I'm too tired to cook.
Very natural. Notice what you're doing. You're taking one simple thought and turning it into a small chain of English thoughts.
Okay, give me another.
It's raining.
It's raining. The sky is really dark. I was going to go outside, but now I think I'll stay home.
Nice. Add a feeling.
Honestly, I don't mind. I kind of like rainy days.
Perfect.
I'm getting good at this.
Don't get too confident. Here comes a harder one.
Oh no.
I'm late.
I'm late. I need to hurry. Where are my keys? I can't find my keys.
Very realistic.
Okay, found them. I'm leaving now. I hope there isn't too much traffic.
Excellent. Now, notice something important. You didn't stop and search for complicated vocabulary.
True.
You used ordinary words, but you connected them into a real situation. That is exactly what we want.
So I can practice this anywhere?
Absolutely. You can do it while you're making breakfast, while you're getting dressed, while you're walking, even while you're waiting for something.
So instead of picking up my phone every time I'm bored, I could practice describing what's happening around me.
Exactly. You might think, I'm waiting for the bus. There are 3 people in front of me. That guy is wearing a blue jacket. I wonder if the bus is late today.
And suddenly I'm thinking in English.
Yes, and that's the important part. You're not sitting at a desk thinking, now I must study English.
English is just happening.
Exactly. The language becomes part of your normal life.
I actually love that idea.
Then let's take it one step further. Okay, Leo, final challenge before we test everything we've learned.
Why does final challenge sound dangerous?
Because I'm giving you 1 minute.
1 minute?
1 minute to tell a story in English. No translating, no stopping to search for perfect grammar, no restarting because you made a mistake.
That sounds terrifying.
Perfect. That means it's useful.
Okay, what's the story?
Tell me about a time when something didn't go according to plan.
Okay.
Don't think too long. Start.
Last weekend, I wanted to have a relaxing day. I woke up late, so I thought, great, I can finally sleep more. But then I looked at my phone and realized I had promised my friend I would meet her in the morning.
Good. Keep going.
So I got dressed really quickly. I couldn't find my shoes, which was a problem because I was already late. Then I found them under my bed.
Of course they were.
I know! Then I ran outside, but it started raining and I didn't have an umbrella.
Oh no.
Exactly. So now I'm running down the street, I'm late, it's raining, and I'm thinking this is definitely not the relaxing morning I imagined.
Keep going.
But then I finally met my friend. We got coffee, and honestly, we started laughing about the whole thing. So in the end, it wasn't such a bad morning.
And stop.
That was a minute?
Almost. And you did something very important.
What?
You kept going.
I made mistakes, though.
Of course you did.
Thanks. Very encouraging.
I mean that as a compliment. You made mistakes, but you didn't let those mistakes stop the story.
I guess I didn't have time to translate every sentence.
Exactly. And that is the point of this entire lesson.
So when I speak quickly enough, my brain starts relying on what it already knows?
Yes. And when you combine that with environmental labeling, self-talk, sentence mining, and these small speaking challenges, you give your brain more opportunities to create those direct English connections.
It's starting to feel less like studying English and more like actually living in English.
That's exactly what we want.
And I think the biggest thing I've learned is that I don't have to wait until I'm fluent to start thinking in English.
Beautifully said.
I can start with one object, one sentence, one thought, one tiny conversation.
Exactly. You don't build fluency by waiting for confidence. You build confidence by practicing.
Okay, Ava, I think I'm ready for the test.
Are you sure?
No. But let's do it anyway.
Then let's see how much you remember. We've talked about environmental labeling, self-talk, sentence mining, the 3-second rule, building sentences one thought at a time, and turning ordinary moments into English practice.
That's a lot.
It is, but now I want to know if you can actually use it.
Okay, hit me.
Let's test your English brain. All right, Leo, no more explanations for a moment. It's your turn.
My turn?
Yes. Let's see if you can recognize these habits when they appear in real situations.
Okay, I'm ready.
Then let's begin. Question 1. You're looking at your phone. To practice environmental labeling, which thought is best? A. My phone is a telefono. B. This is my phone. It's black. I use it to call my friends. C. I need to translate phone into my language.
I think it's B. You add more details, not just the word.
Correct, Leo. B is the best answer. You're building associations directly in English. Question 2. You're walking to the store. To practice the self-talk method, what should you do? A. Plan your shopping list in your native language. B. Narrate your walk and thoughts in English, out loud or in your head. C. Listen to an English podcast without thinking about it.
This one is B. Talk to myself in English.
Exactly! Great job. It's about active engagement with your own thoughts. Question 3. You hear a native speaker say, "I'm over the moon." To practice sentence mining, what's your next step? A. Look up the word moon in the dictionary. B. Memorize the phrase and try to use it in your own sentences. C. Ask the speaker what it means immediately.
I'd say B. Learn the whole phrase and make it my own.
You got it, Leo. B is the key. Learning phrases in context and adapting them is how you expand your natural English. Question 4. You want to start thinking in English, but you feel overwhelmed. What is the best approach? A. Try to translate every single thought you have all day. B. Start small with 5 to 10 minutes of environmental labeling or self-talk each day. C. Wait until you move to an English-speaking country. Definitely B. Starting small and building the habit. Trying to do it all day would be exhausting. Exactly right. Consistency over intensity. Small daily habits are what rewire your brain over time. So Leo, how do you feel now about stopping the translation trap?
I feel much more confident. It's not about magic. It's about these 3 habits: environmental labeling, self-talk, and sentence mining. It's like I have a roadmap now. I can see how each one helps me build that direct connection to English.
Exactly. Remember, consistency is key. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day practicing these habits will make a huge difference. You're building new neural pathways, training your brain to think directly in English. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you catch yourself translating and consciously switch to one of these habits, you're winning.
And it's actually fun. It feels like I'm playing a game, not studying. Especially the environmental labeling. It makes me look at the world differently.
That's the goal. Learning should be engaging and integrated into your daily life. These aren't extra tasks. They're ways to transform your existing routines into powerful English practice. Imagine how much English you'll absorb just by narrating your morning routine or labeling objects while you cook dinner.
It's like turning my whole life into an English classroom, but a fun one.
Precisely. And the best part is, you can start right now. You don't need special apps or expensive courses, just your brain, your environment, and a little bit of dedication.
Your homework this week is to pick one of these 3 habits: environmental labeling, self-talk, or sentence mining, and practice it every day for the next 7 days. Just choose one to start and really focus on integrating it into your routine.
And then come back to the comments below and tell us, which habit did you choose, what was your experience like, and what was the most surprising thing you learned about thinking in English? We'll be reading all your comments, offering encouragement and cheering you on. And if you found this video helpful, if it gave you that aha moment, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps our channel grow and reach more learners like you. And don't forget to subscribe to Learn English with Ava and Leo for more practical English tips every single week. Because here, mistakes aren't failures.
They're proof you're learning.
I'm Ava.
And I'm Leo.
And we'll see you in the next video.